Hello, my name is MegaNova, and I just finished watching the new Broly movie, and holy shit, that was amazing. Like, I don't know if it's just me as a fanboy who is like super into it, but like this was fucking great. Like, okay, this is just gonna be a full spoiler review. Like, spoilers gonna start right now. So, this movie basically corrects every mistake that was made with the original Broly and makes it even better. Okay, so one of the main complaints about the original Broly is the fact that he targets Goku, or Kakarot. Main problem there is because it just makes no sense. Like, sure, he annoyed him by crying a lot, but I don't see that as enough to, want to fucking kill him for the rest of his life. That's just not enough. Especially when you have fucking King Vegeta literally stabbing the kid. Like, that should kind of override just the douchebag next to you that was crying a lot. Right? Like, I feel like that would make more sense. Like, they rewrite a lot of that. Like, him and Goku are never even in contact as babies at all. And instead, he ends up having a very real resentment of Vegeta because he sends him away. Or, well, more exact, he sends him away, and then Paragus gives chase, and Paragus has just been filling his head with how much he should hate Vegeta because he's the one that exiled him to that planet. Which, I mean, understandable that he would be pissed. But the fact that he, that he thinks, oh, Vegeta, your dad did this shit, so you're gonna pay for that now, even though you had nothing to do with it, and you were a baby during that time as well. It makes no sense, but who the fuck cares about making sense, right? So, yeah, and Broly, he's an actual character. He's not just some brute that runs around yelling Kakarot. He's an actual character that you feel for, that you feel bad for. Like, you feel bad for him that he can't control himself. Like, he never seems malicious in any way. He's just mad for several reasons. Like, first of all, his dad obviously abused him. The only thing he was focused on was just, you just gotta become a killing machine so you can kill Vegeta once we get off this godforsaken planet. Like, his dad has been super abusive, which, actually, like, Paragus also dies in this movie. But it's in a very different way, and it ends up with something very different. Because, both of the times I was happy when it happened, for several reasons. Like, in the first movie, it's just kind of funny how he's trying to be a coward, trying to run away, and Broly's just like, you piece of trash, and just mashes his fucking bod until he's just mush inside and throws it away. And that's just kind of funny because Paragus, he's just an asshole in the first movie too. Like in this movie, you feel a bit more for Paragus because he's been treated like shit by Vegeta, so you understand why he's so mad. Like I don't even remember why exactly Paragus didn't like Vegeta originally. Like, I don't remember. Well, was it just the fact that King Vegeta was a bit of a dick towards him originally, and that's just... No, wait. Oh, of course, it's the fact that he tried to kill his son. Never mind me. I'm an idiot. My mind is just in 1,000 different places, and I can't think straight. Of course, he would hate. Yeah. It's that is still his grudge is still essentially the same. But Paragus is a bit of a better character. He's better written. This movie is probably the best written Dragon Ball movie we have had up until now. Like, the dialogue is so much better. There's actually people pointing out things that are like, of course I can't remember any of it right now. We establish the Scouters very early on. It's like, oh yeah, there's like communication and they're like super accurate and shit. So when Bardock comes back and he's like, hey, Gine, we need to send our son off world because I have a really bad feeling about this. Actually, that's another bit of really good writing because at least it makes Bardock look very smart. Because you see how Frieza, he's like, oh, he wants to assemble all of the Saiyans on one planet. Or on planet Vegeta specifically. He wants to assemble them all there to kill them all in one fell swoop. Basically. But, of course, he didn't phrase it like that. The way he was he just ordered them all to go back, and he didn't really tell them why. He didn't really give them a reason why, which honestly makes Frieza look kind of stupid, because why wouldn't he try to make up some reason to make it, seem more believable that... whatever. But yes, they all go back, but Bardock, he's like, it doesn't really make sense. Like, if it was this, he could just have done this instead, and if it was that, he could have done that instead. Like, he's kind of weighing out what possibilities it could be, and he ends up figuring, well, it's probably because he wants to kill us all, because we're getting too dangerous. Where he just says, well, yeah, Gine, we need to send our kid off world. I'm gonna send him to Earth because it's a tiny, insignificant planet nobody cares about. They don't even have, like, very advanced technology yet, and it's not a very important planet, so Frieza's probably not gonna look at it anytime soon anyways. So, yeah, that's basically his logic. And Gine, she then says, oh, but couldn't we just go with him? And he's like, no, they would just find us with the Scouters. They wouldn't care about, like, a little kid, but us, absolutely they would, so there's not much we can do. Like, it's just so much better. Like, there's actually people, trying to they're asking questions, and they're answering them. Like, it's just so good. I don't think I can overstate it. It's just so good. And, like, the first 45 minutes is basically like character setup, and we meet Lemo and Chilai. And Chilai, let me just tell you, she's fucking amazing. Like, she is one of the best new characters we get introduced to in this movie. Like, she's cute, she's smart, like, she's the one who actually ends up saving Broly in the end. Yeah, never thought I'd say that. And be happy about it. Oh, I went completely off course. When Broly, I was talking about Paragus dying, and I ended up on something completely different. Okay, so Paragus dying. In this movie, he gets killed by Frieza, because Frieza basically thinks back to when he killed Krillin on Namek, and that triggered Goku's transformation. And he was like, he thought it was boring that Broly wasn't transforming. So he was like, oh, what if I kill his dad? That'll probably have the same effect, right? So he just casually kills Paragus, and yells to Broly, "Oh, a stray key blast ended up killing him." Blah, blah. And of course, he ends up going Super Saiyan, and we get the best payoff when he actually starts beating on Frieza. But I'm gonna touch on that later. Okay, so we have Chila and Lemo. They are these like two new characters, and they're a lot of fun. I really enjoyed both of these characters. They're just really nice. Like they're just good people, fun people to have around. They were great. I don't think that there's much more I can really say about them. Like it was just really nice having them here. They added a lot, honestly. We get to see some character interactions between them and Broly, and how they like ask Broly about how he was raised and such, how he grew up, or at least them talking to him ends up with him telling them about how he grew up and how the furry thing on his waist, like the fur thing, that is actually an ear of a monster that he meets on that planet he gets sent off to. Because he would basically like play with him, although the monster most likely was trying to eat him. But Paragus ends up shooting off this monster's ear, and I think he ends up killing him as well. But so to remember him, to have a memento from him, he keeps his furry ear bound around his waist. Which again is just, it adds to his character. Like he actually is a bit sentimental. You can feel for him. You feel sorry for him that Paragus killed that monster, so he didn't have a playmate anymore. Like it's just so good. And I haven't even gotten to the fighting yet. But seriously, Chilai, she is new waifu, absolutely. New best girl of Dragon Ball. I really hope we get to see more of these guys, and it is heavily implied at the end that we will, but we'll get to that. Okay, so actually, probably the best thing is kind of the running thing where the reason Frieza is going to Earth in the first place is because he wants a wish from the Dragon Balls, which kind of correlates with the wish that Bulma had, because she talks about how she had collected the Dragon Balls to get a wish. She only had 6 of them though, because she didn't want to go to the frozen land or whatever they called it. And she was like, she didn't want to go there because she didn't like the cold. So she was putting that one off. But her plan was to summon Shenron and wish him to make her look 5 years younger. Where her reasoning is, where Whis is like, but why not go even younger than that, like 10 years? And she's like, no, it would be too noticeable. And when I talk to my friends, they'd just be all like, oh, well, what's the name of your surgeon? And she just didn't want to deal with that shit. And Frieza, he wants to be taller. Yes, he wants to wish to get taller. Because, I mean, Cooler is taller than him. Although Cooler isn't technically canon, I guess. But, yeah. So I guess he's just naturally short. But as one of his subordinates says, you could just, revert back to your second form, and you'd be tall there. Which, I'm so happy he brought that up, because that is so obviously a thing somebody criticizing the movie would mention. They're like, why didn't I just go to your second form? And he's like, no, I want it in this form. And he wants to be 5 centimeters taller. Where they just ask, but why not 10 centimeters? And he's like, no, that would be too noticeable. It would be too much. It would be too obvious that it wasn't natural. He wanted to make it look like he was still growing. It's like, so we still have some of that really good comedic writing as well. Which I was so happy. It feels like Toriyama is finally having some passion about this again. Like, he seems to actually be having fun with writing this stuff again. So that was really nice. I'm very happy about that. Okay, let's get to the main course. The fighting. Oh boy, the fighting. Like, oh my god, the animation on the fighting. Like, there are a few places here and there where the CGI is a bit too obvious, and it kinda looks like a slightly worse version than Fighter C. Or actually, it kinda looks like one of the older Budokai games. Honestly, it looks like they just ripped the models right out of there and just gave them the blue hair. Yeah. But other than that, it was like a few moments. And it wasn't enough to really ruin the enjoyment of the movie. But yeah, fuck, like, I can't even really talk about it. All I can say is that the animation was amazing. Like, you really have to see it to understand just how fucking good this is. Like, oh my god. Like, who was the animation director? Yeah, Akira Toriyama. Script, original creator design, and character design. Christopher Sabat, ADR director, of course. Key animation. Who's the key animation director? Animation director, Shintani Naihiro. Okay, yeah, he also did some character design. What else has he worked on? Okay, so he apparently also worked on Dragon Ball Yo, The Return of Goku and Friends. That one was okay. He's also a key animator on One Piece. He also did key animation on One Piece Film C and 3D2Y. I should watch that at some point too. He's also done key animation on a couple of the Precure All-Star movies, apparently. And the key animation for Toriko. Episode 1 only. Huh. Well, holy shit. But yeah, like this movie was something. God damn. And like it's hard to talk about because it's, again, you really have to see it to understand it. And so some of the action was going on so fucking fast I could barely even comprehend what was actually going on. And then of course there's the problem of, you know, the online fucking video streaming player that is crap and makes it look all grainy in a lot of the like faster scenes. Because we haven't actually gotten it in Danish theaters yet, so I can't watch it in the theater. But if we do get it, you better believe I'm there. I am fucking gonna be there. So, and of course we get to see they basically get completely beat up by Broly. He ends up going legendary Super Saiyan. He beats them up like hardcore until Goku and Vegeta is like, yeah, no, we gotta run away. They'd already established earlier, like, Piccolo had sensed what was going on, so he asked them, "Hey, so what's happening? Do you need me to come there?" Or he's like, "I would go there, but I'm afraid I would probably just be a burden." And Goku's like, "Oh yeah, no, you just stay there. I might have to teleport to you in case this gets out of hand," which of course it does. So he does end up instant transmissioning there with him and Vegeta, which then leads into where we get this massive shot of Broly just charging at Frieza. Because I'm pretty sure he is aware that it was Frieza who killed Paragus. But when he kills Paragus in this movie, you're happy because Broly's abuser is now dead. Because you actually feel for Broly. I can't believe I'm saying that. It feels so weird. But I was saying this even when the trailers dropped, when they were just mentioning in the trailer, oh, he doesn't actually want to fight. And I'm just like, are they actually gonna make him a real character? And they did. They actually lived up to that. They fucking did it. Oh my god. Fuck. Like, fuck, I finished this movie like 2 or 3 hours ago, and I'm still all the way up here about it. Fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym after I make this video. I need to get this energy out somehow. This movie has hyped me up so much. I gotta go work out. Fuck. I need to go do something. But, yeah. Then they go there, and then they do 2 failed fusions. Like, first of all, Goku has to talk Vegeta into it. And oh my god, he makes this amazing pose where it's like, because he's like, I don't want to do that stupid dance. Yeah, oh my god, it's just like, it's amazing. But they then go, and first they turn into Veku, which is the fat version. And then after that they turn into the skinny version, which I don't know if actually has a name. I don't think they actually give him a name, but and then they turn into Gogeta finally, and they are like, what should we call ourselves? Gokujita? Or Govegeta or whatever, and they're like, let's just call ourselves Gogeta. We call ourselves Vegito with the Pataras. There's gonna be another name, of course. And then they instant transmission back to the fight where we do get to see them go back to look at Frieza just getting literally stomped on by Broly, and it's fucking amazing. It is hilarious. I loved it. And then we even get to see that little bit where Whis takes over for a little bit because Frieza just can't take anymore. So Whis basically just takes his and you gotta realize they failed twice, and they can't just, unfuse. And the thing about the actual, fusion dance is that it lasts 30 minutes no matter what. So they had to wait 30 minutes twice. So Frieza had been beaten for a full hour before they get back. And I just love the thought of that. That is amazing. But yeah, they come back, of course, and they start tearing ass. Like, they beat him up a bit, or, well, they realize, okay, in our base fused form, we can't really do much. So, they go Super Saiyan. Okay, I mean, we're a bit more effective now, but still not enough to really go up against him. So, they end up going blue. And once they go blue, it's just a complete stomp. Like, Broly doesn't have a fucking chance against Gogeta Blue. Which, honestly, I was happy to see. Because it would have been too much if he would be on par with them fused and going Super Saiyan Blue. That would have been too much. I loved the fact that they were like, yeah, you know what? Gogeta Blue would fucking stomp him. And he did. And fuck. And they end up doing this. I'm guessing it's a Big Bang Kamehameha they do. Basically to finish him off at the end. But that is when we get Chilai shows up again and it's like, yeah, I want to wish that Broly gets sent back to the planet he grew up on. So they sent him there and he just nearly misses the fucking blast. And that's how he survives. He goes back there and then Chila and Lemo, they go with him there. And then Goku shows up. They're like, oh, we gotta get some provisions or whatever. And they go there. And they're like, oh, we can't really live too long off of this stuff. So we gotta also eat some of the stuff that is there. Where Goku, he just shows up and he's like, hey guys, I brought you some capsules. One of them is a house. You can live in here. It's so good. So he's just like, oh yeah, ask Bulma. She gave me these capsules for you. Now you can have a house and there's food and all kinds of shit. I'll happily come and restock you. It's fine. All I'm asking for is the opportunity to spar with Broly every now and again. I mean, I would say that's a pretty fucking fair trade. And I mean, it's pretty much a deserted planet anyways. So nobody else is gonna come disturb them. That, like, sure, there's monsters, but Broly doesn't give a shit about them. He'll just fucking one-shot them, right? So it's fine. And Frieza wouldn't dare go there because, he doesn't want to fight Broly again. And they, Lemo and Chilai, they quit the Freezer Force. Oh yeah, I never actually mentioned that. They were a part of the Freezer Force. They kind of paint out why in the beginning. I don't remember exactly. My memory is a bit fuzzy on a few parts. I don't remember exactly why they said they joined. Maybe it was just like, oh, it's a... I don't remember. It's not too important. They end up quitting by the end anyway, so it's fine. So, yeah. And then we get a cute scene at the end where they're just like, oh, by the way, what's your name? And then he's like, oh, I'm Goku. But, Broly, you can just call me Kakarot. And that was just an amazing callback. There is a ton of references to older movies, and there's Easter eggs and shit everywhere. But, you should go see the movie for yourself. Like, if you have ever in your life had any kind of interest in Dragon Ball, this is a must-watch. Absolutely. If you have the opportunity to watch it in the cinema, you should absolutely go for it. Like, fuck. Yes. This movie, just yes. The best Dragon Ball movie we have gotten since Battle of Gods. Like, yes. Thank you. But yeah, I think that's about all I have to say about this movie. Like, it's amazing. Go watch it. And with that, I will wish you all a wonderful day, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye-bye.